What is up, guys? SDF Bros. And today, you might see a very familiar face here. We got Luca Bombino. Luca, how are we doing, my friend?
Fantastic, man. Really happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Love the channel. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
We're just going around. We're walking around Little Italy, as you can see. We're just gonna have a nice little chat with Luca. So stay tuned, y'all. You're here, and now obviously very successful first season. What was that kind of like when you first got that phone call from Tyler Heaps, Mikey Vadas? What was that like?
It was incredible. I mean, I was told that I was getting traded only a couple hours before I got that phone call. So that was all kind of a whirlwind. But once I got the call from them and I first started getting to know them as people, I had a ton of, calmness. I knew that it was going to be a good situation. And then arriving in San Diego, I felt that immediately, from the support of the fans, from the staff, from the players, everything. So yeah, my welcome was really, really great.
Cool, for sure. And then obviously on a football stance of it, who's a couple players that you kind of look towards as an idol, whether that's Italian players, American players, who's someone that you really idolize in the football landscape,
or an inspiration even?
Yeah, I mean, I get asked that question a lot, but I don't really have one player I focus my game off of or idolize in a sense. I like to take a lot from a lot of different players. Marcelo, the way he plays with flair is beautiful. It's a joy to watch, and that's why we play football, right? Because it's fun to play.
Definitely.
Trent Alexander-Arnold with his craftsmanship on the ball.
Definitely.
And now we have Cambiaso at Juve.
Yeah.
So
that's your boy.
There's a lot of great fullbacks to look towards and base my game off of. But I like to take a lot from them, and I'm trying to craft my own game.
For sure.
So that's
for
me.
sure. And what makes Luca Bombino Luca Bombino?
Well, I mean, I like to say I'm dynamic. I like to say that I'm able to adapt to whatever situation I'm thrown into. A couple years ago, I was thrown into a second team environment from an academy, and I adapted, and I made the most of it. And I like to say I took the opportunity well, and more recently, I was thrown from a second team environment straight into a San Diego first team.
Right.
So I'd say my adaptability and just being able to deal with the circumstances no matter what they are, and knowing that I have the support of the people around me gives me a lot of confidence.
For sure.
How was it when you got here and just feeling an overwhelming support? Obviously your first team experience, and then just everybody falling in love with you so quickly.
It was incredible. I mean, because I was falling in love too, with the city of San Diego. So I showed up, and it was a pretty quick turnaround because I came right after the Galaxy match. And so the team was up and running. I was still trying to learn names of staff and players, my new teammates. But yeah, right away, feeling that connection between each and every person with the fans on the weekend, it was great. I mean, I felt like I was in a new home, and I really felt that welcoming environment.
Exactly. I think one of the biggest things that when we talk about to anybody is I feel like when you come to San Diego, you might be an outsider, but you're here long enough, the whole community makes you feel like you're a San Diegan, and then you just start incorporating all of that, and it just feels so surreal, I would say.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that.
I don't know how it feels. We're in Little Italy right now.
Yeah.
It's surrounded by your Italian culture and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hopefully we see some people who know you.
That's what I'm saying. We got a Joe Musgrove mural right there, bro. I need it. You right next to it, bro.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I mean, you're right now it's looking like a lot of inspiration especially for a lot of the young fans in San Diego, and I think even forward for the academy. You're right now the staple piece that everybody's talking about. How does that feel too?
I mean, it's crazy because I remember being those kids.
Exactly.
When I was 10 years old, I would watch the first team train when I could, and it was incredible. You look up to those guys like they're idols, and I'm not that much older than them. So I see them in the cafeteria, and I talk to them, and sometimes I have to remind myself hey, these guys, really view me as, somebody to look up to. And it's good because it keeps me on my toes. It keeps everybody else on their toes, and it pushes us to be better people and better players.
Right, and I think even now talking to you, so you're 19 obviously, but I think everybody who's ever has any interview with you or anything to say about you says your football IQ is insane and that you're very mature. How is that to just be hearing that at the conversation, that's what people think of you?
I mean, I appreciate that for sure. like my whole life has been around football, always watching football. My dad always had football on the TV. I remember waking up super early to watch Juve games at 4 or 5 in the morning. I wouldn't be awake the entire time, but you know, football was always on. So to hear those comments is really nice.
That's perfect.
Let's wait until it clears up a little bit.
Yeah, fairs.
We could just.
I already told these guys, but if you see me about to run into something or someone, let me know.
I will let you know for sure. Yeah.
Don't be afraid to like slide tackle him or anything. But nah, big question. Obviously, like Luca, we're Sicilian, right? For me, Sicily, best Italian food in Italy.
Yep.
Thoughts on arancini?
I was about to mention it. That's my guy right there.
There we go.
Yeah.
See?
His grandma makes some good.
That's what I'm saying. You can't beat Nonna's arancini.
Yep.
So, all right. Thoughts on arancini? Where do you rank it in terms of like your favorite like Italian foods?
Okay, well for me it's got to be like a top 2 appetizer. So
okay, fairs.
Arancini, yeah. If I see it on the menu, I'm ordering it. You know, even if it's a new spot, I gotta see what it looks like.
That's what
you know?
I'm saying. I like to try compare to Nonna's arancini and stuff like that. I will say, shout out to Scuderia Italia.
Okay.
For me, they have the best arancini in SD.
Okay,
It's in PB, Pacific
Okay,
Beach.
PB.
Really good. So shout out Scuderia Italia.
Nice. Okay.
Almost had me slipping up saying it's better than Nonna's. That's how good it is.
Careful. She might watch.
No, she's gonna give me a little pow. So I don't know. So Nonna, if you're watching this, forgive me, please.
Do you have like an Italian habit that you didn't realize?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Is it this?
You gotta talk with your
yeah.
hands.
Sometimes I talk with my hands and then my teammates point it out and make fun of me. But you know what? Like, you can't stop
help it.
yourself
Right,
from
right.
doing
Of course,
it.
it's
Yeah.
just something in the blood.
It just comes out naturally.
That's what I'm saying. That's what these guys tell me all the time. Like for me, it's like when I'm playing and like things kind of get a little aggressive.
Yeah.
I'll slip a little Italian in there. Maybe not some nice things. But
Not the
you know
nicest
what I mean?
words. No.
That's what I'm saying. It just comes out naturally.
Yeah,
you
heat
know
of the
what I mean?
moment,
I
anything
don't know.
flies.
I don't
I
know.
think that's one thing that we saw about you during these, especially in the playoff games. There was moments where somebody was like really agitating you, but you just stay so calm, man.
Yeah.
Like you still stick up. Like you don't act like a 19-year-old. It's just crazy, you know. I'd be losing my mind. You should see him play.
No, I'm a little high. I'm a little Gattuso vibe sometimes, but you know, every now and then it's like they kind of keep me grounded. So it's like, do you kind of have like teammates that kind of keep you grounded and kind of like you kind of learn from, or you know, they kind of really like help you out like in that sort of way on the pitch?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, all the senior guys, you know, they take a big responsibility in helping everyone around them grow as people.
For sure.
And that comes even from staff. Like we focus a lot on like the mental side of the game, staying level in tough situations.
For sure.
So like Jeppe is a great one.
Yeah.
Anibal even. I know that he comes out as a hothead sometimes, but afterwards like he'll come over to you and be like, hey, you know, you need to stick up for yourself a little bit more. Or, hey, like, let's calm it down. Like, we have your back. Don't worry.
Definitely. Yeah.
So was left back your chosen position, or did it kind of like get switched around a little bit?
That's a funny story, actually. I was never a left back until I got into academy football.
Okay.
Yeah.
Playing before then.
So I was a 10.
Oh,
What
really?
the
Yeah.
All right.
I was a 10. I was a winger. I made the LAFC academy as a winger, and then the first day of training, I got put into left back, and yeah, I haven't really looked back.
Just stuck.
So how was that first feeling when you kind of talked about it on the SDFC podcast, but if you go a little more in depth, like what was it like to have your first start, man?
It was crazy. I mean, it's the building block for every career, but it felt like, you know, at the time it feels like, okay, I made it, but you have to remind yourself like this is only the beginning. So for me at the time, it was incredible. It was incredible, you know, like you get to be in San Diego, you get to have all these opportunities, and now you get the support of your teammates and the staff to put you in the field.
Right.
It feels great. And, you know, I think the hardest part actually for me mentally was switching after that and pushing for, okay, now I want more.
Right, exactly. Like that's what I think something we talk about too, like in our videos, like you reach a goal finally, and then it's like, okay, well, we reached this goal, what do we do now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it's about that discipline, and obviously with you can definitely tell that you have it.
No, just you. Just you.
Perfect?
Yeah, great.
In your time with LAFC, there was a certain point where a very iconic Italian player overlapped, Giorgio Chiellini. Obviously, like for me, like one of the best defenders like of like our generation. What was that like, kind of like overlapping that? And if I'm correct, like that's post Italy Euros. So coming fresh off of a Euro win, captaining us to the final, to glory, you know. How was that kind of like, you know, interacting with him, and like what were conversations like with Chiellini?
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. It was wild.
Oh, really?
It was wild. When I first heard the news, I thought my dad was joking with me, and then he was at training, you know?
Oh, right, right.
So he showed up, and he's such a cool guy.
Yeah.
Like, he is the friendliest person. Like the first day, the first day we went from like introducing each other, and then like later in the day, he was like kicking me in the butt. Like, you know?
Yeah, right.
Like he's that kind of guy. He's really great. He was definitely a mentor to a lot of the guys there. An example on and off the field of you know, the respect he showed everybody, all the staff. But then you see his class that comes out on the field, and it was incredible. I got to train with him a couple times.
Yeah.
It was great. And I remember there was one play where the ball was coming down our right side, and we were tracking back to defend, and a cross came in, and we dealt with it, but I wasn't in, he told me like I wasn't in the perfect spot.
Right.
And he said, you could be just a couple more steps closer to the post, and we would have solved it perfectly.
Right.
And like, it's a little play, you know, it's a couple steps, but that stuck with me.
100%.
So even now, like, I find myself remembering that when I'm tracking back.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, little things like that will stick with you for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, like, bro, Giorgio, like, for me, like, you know, I think of Juventus, right?
Right.
He's up there. Like, for me, like, he's easily one of, I'm Milanista, right? But, you know, respect. You know what I mean? It's like, I respect Chiellini so much. You know, he gave me a lot of headaches, you know, when I would watch Serie A and stuff like that too. But no, I think that 100% just encapsulates what he was like as a player. Cool, calm, collected.
Yeah.
And a clip that kind of comes to mind that you're saying, like, kind of like joking around. Italy in the semifinal when we're playing Spain, about to go into a penalty shootout, he's joking around with Jordi Alba, like, you know, like hitting him and stuff like that, and it's like, we're about to take like some penalties here. We could get out right here.
Exactly.
But it's I just think like kind of that just shows like kind of how he kind of carries himself like on and off the pitch, right? Where, you know, don't like stress about like the little things, like just kind of enjoy it.
Right.
And I think, you know, just him, that's how he's carried himself his whole career. So it's like, that's really like, maybe not motivating, but inspiring.
Of course.
To kind of see and hear that he's, you know, takes the young guys under the wing. I wanted to show you something. So, no, don't worry, this ain't nothing. But I don't know if you're familiar with Gianluca Di Marzio.
Oh, I saw this actually.
So obviously, so for the camera, right? This is an article about Bombino saying that an American, and he's Italian as well, and his name,
Jewel of San Diego.
the Jewel of San Diego, right? So it's like, how does it feel that like you're getting talked about in Italy, where like some of the greatest players of all time have been, you know, been playing?
I mean, it's great. You know, obviously it's a dream of mine to play in Europe and to play on those stages.
For sure.
But like for me right now, I'm focused on January. I'm focused on preseason, and making myself better in each and every day. You know, and that, I feel like that can't be understated. If we start looking too far ahead, then we forget about the present.
Right.
Sorry, I think back when I was 19. I'm like, but yeah, keep it. Sorry, I just, no.
Oh yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Like, you know, it's kind of like how I've gotten to this point, and how I want to continue into the future is just making sure that I make the most of every day. And stuff like this is great. You know, it's nice to hear, but I don't really focus on it too much. What I'm focused on is more so what Mikey's saying, how I can improve, you know?
Right. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's something that I think kind of goes under the radar for, I think, a lot of players. Like, I think headlines kind of get to certain players. So it's like, how do you kind of deal with that, like, anxiety when you do see, like, stuff like on media and, like, stuff like that? How do you kind of just go about it? Is it one of those things where you're just locked in, dialed in on the next thing? Or is it, like, sometimes, like, does it kind of take effect a little bit?
I mean, we're all human, you know? Like, it's gonna hit you in the moment no matter what. But what I think my parents have done a good job is reminding me that you got to take everything with a grain of salt. So even like the most renowned journalists don't have every detail.
For sure.
So you got to remember that you and the people around you are the only people that know the true extent of what's going on, and just have confidence that your life is in your control.
So talking more about STFC, is there any experiences that like you've gotten from this that you weren't expecting at all?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't expecting last year to go so well.
Right, exactly. I think all of them. You were part of the reason it went so well. So,
I appreciate that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I wasn't expecting to play so early, especially coming from a second team environment, but the club has really shown that they have a lot of faith in the youth, giving incredible opportunities. Now even we've added a couple more pieces with Kieran Sargent, Wilson Eisner, and they've been great in training so far.
Cool.
So really excited to see how they do this year. But yeah, definitely wasn't expecting the amount of support that I got. But boy, am I grateful for it.
No, yeah, like every now and then, like obviously like when it was first kind of starting, right? Your name was kind of like jumping about. This is from like a fan perspective.
Okay.
Your name was jumping about, and like I think hype started to grow. But then like every now and then, you see a Bombino jersey here, Bombino jersey there, and it's like now it's like when the announcers like announcing the lineups and everything like that, people hear Luca Bombino and they're like cheering. So it's like, how does that kind of make like you feel like that you've kind of like gained the trust and support of like fans?
It feels good because I must be doing something right, you know?
right.
Must be doing something right.
All right, man. I can tell you that from a fan perspective, you're doing amazing.
I appreciate that. I mean, you can do so much on the field, but like, as a footballer, you have to be grateful for every day. Like, I get to do the thing I love every day, and people come and watch me play.
Okay.
You know, and I have to try to reciprocate that gratitude to the fans. You know, like even just like coming out to talk with you guys, I love this, man.
No, I'm glad.
Like I love talking to you guys.
Yeah.
I will never like say no to that. If I have time, I will always make the time.
For sure.
But yeah, it's.
Well, I mean, with that, it's not to cut you off, but with that, like, we see your emotion behind the badge as well, too. Like, I mean, in our later games where things are a lot more intense, we see you emotional. Is that something that's just you feel like you didn't do enough, or you just didn't feel like enough for the team, or like what brought those emotions outside of you?
It's hard. Like when you want something so bad and it doesn't happen, emotions come out.
Right. No.
So I wouldn't say like I don't have any doubts about how the end of the season came.
Right.
I truly believe like I left everything out on the pitch, and maybe some of those emotions were like me knowing that at the time it just wasn't enough. No. You know. But looking back on it, like you know, the last 4 days after that Vancouver game hurt, and it took a while to get over it. But I reflected. I looked back on the season as a whole, and I remember that I have to be grateful for even the strides that I made up until that point, and grateful for the fact that I get another preseason, another training session with the team, another week of training with the team, another game with the team to grow, and I know that this year will be even better.
No, I agree with you entirely, and I think not only that, I think it just, for us as fans, it shows, like at least I'm from San Diego, you know what I'm saying? I've lived my whole life here, and it's just like, to see your emotion behind it makes me feel like, okay, we're confident in this team. You know, they feel like, I would say like they're letting the community down, but they have feelings towards it as well. They want it as much as I would want it.
Of course,
you know?
yeah.
And that's the most we could ask from you guys. And I think SDSC and you especially have like, and why you're such a crowd favorite is because you show that you're willing to fight for that badge as much as
Absolutely.
possible.
I mean, the entire team felt that. You know, the entire team could feel how much the city wanted and needed the success of the team. And so yeah, it's literally just our job to reflect the values and the support and the passion of the city around us, and we couldn't ask for better fans.
Well, thank you guys. But has there been like a season-defining moment for you, other than obviously starting, like just another moment? I think you scored a goal, man. That must have been amazing too. But anything like outside of that feels defining to you?
Yeah, I think a big moment of personal growth was in the away game against LAFC. There were a lot of emotions there, like.
Former club,
of
all
course,
that, right?
Of course.
You pocketed Hyungmin's son too.
I did my best. But you know, I was at that club for a long time, and I still have, emotions. You know, you see the badge that you represented for 8 years, and you can't help but feel something.
Right.
You know, so going there, and it felt like, okay, now I can move on. Now I can grow and really embrace everything that football has to offer, not just the club that raised me.
Right, exactly. No, and I think I think it takes a lot of maturity to go and face your former team as that, and still show up for the team that you're playing with. And I think you did it amicably, respectfully, and just like in the best way possible.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I can't, like I said, I think it's great talking to you because it's just like you are everything that we wanted as a team, like a player, to come and represent San Diego, just like most respectful way.
Thank you.
So thank you for doing that. No, I can't thank you. Don't thank
no,
me.
thank you for that comment. Thank you.
No, but also like, all right, superstitions. We see with your socks, you cut the back of it. Is that something that is a superstition where like you just feel like you have to do it? Is it more comfortable? What is it? You got some tree trunks on the thighs, or some calves.
I've said it in some videos. I don't know if you've seen our podcast, but your calves are immaculate.
What's a calf routine?
Dude, they've always just kind of. I honestly don't notice it. Like they've always just kind of been that size. But no, like I have some superstitions, but the socks, honestly, bro, they're just really tight. They're just really tight. And like I be cramping sometimes. My hydration's good. You have to believe me, my hydration's good.
I hear it.
But the socks are so tight, man. Like I'm stretching them out like 30 minutes before the game, and then I cut them, and then they're still like, you know.
That's so funny.
I tried something out in the friendly actually today. I tried to go low sock, and it didn't work.
I'm a low sock merchant.
It didn't work. I had to pull them back up. I couldn't do it.
Even Dybala, that's your favorite player. He's a low sock merchant.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to your bro. He scored a banger of a free kick. I'm not gonna lie.
What he does.
It's just in the genes, isn't it? Shout out Giorgio. Real talk. Real talk.
What are your superstitions then, if you do have some?
Well,
Pre-match,
as we're waiting for kickoff, I do this thing where I like tap my toes backwards and then I shake my leg out. I try to count them. I won't say the count, see if you can notice it in the next game.
Okay, all right.
But I do that. I have to put my socks on in the same order every time. So you go the underlayer first, both feet, and then shin guard in both, and then each sleeve. Left first always.
Okay.
Those are the only major ones. If I do other ones, they're subconscious. I don't notice. Yeah.
And then also like, so let's talk like pre-game, pre-match. So it's like, what's like your routine like before a game?
Okay. Well, in the morning, try to get a good balanced breakfast.
For sure.
Eggs, potatoes, maybe a little bit of bacon. You try to stay off the fat a little bit.
Espresso? There you go.
Get some good carbs in, either that's toast or pancakes.
Right.
And then pre-match meal, I like to load up with just a classic pasta. Something that'll get the job done. Something that's easy to eat so that I can stomach a lot of it and get all that power out in the game.
For sure. Dope. Yeah. No, for me, I don't eat anything before a game because it's like, I don't know. I think that's
play indoor soccer. Okay?
I don't know. I'll say. Just I don't know. Sometimes you get a little sicky.
I understand. No, I understand.
So, I don't know, but
going back to I guess SFC. Against Vancouver, you were part of the youngest line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How does that feel? And I'm sure you guys didn't know that beforehand, right?
No.
So then like finding that afterwards, how does that feel?
It's cool. I mean, like I said before, like it reflects the club's values of playing the youth and showing the trust. I was joking with Pablo actually earlier today. Like, dude, you brought the average up,
That's true.
But it's great. I mean, we definitely feel the support of the staff, and I think that's reciprocated in, obviously not just that headline, but throughout the entire season.
And then is it more like the younger guys are together and then the older guys are separated, or is it like it's just a mix of everything?
I mean, it started out like that, just because, you can relate to the guys around your age, but over the season, like we've all mingled like this. I can talk to any of the vets just as easy as I can as any Saidi.
Yeah, of course.
So it's a really good locker room environment.
You scored your first goal in MLS. I mean, or first professional goal, right?
Yeah.
So how was that?
What a question.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure it was bad, right?
No. Dude, like I was ecstatic. You could kind of see that in the celebration. I had no idea what I was doing.
Right.
Also, at the time, that was like the equalizer, so I couldn't really go and celebrate. Kind of had to get back.
Yeah.
But it was great. I mean, it came in a game where, like, I wasn't super happy with my performance, but it was still an amazing moment. I look back to it pretty often as like, okay, now it's time to build off this. Like, I have pretty high goals for this season in terms of my production in the final third, and that's been challenged as well by the staff to grow in that area. But it's great. I mean, I look back at the goal and I'm like, wow, like, hey, you know, I got a little technique in there.
He was crying.
I got emotional. I was getting emotional. I was getting emotional just because it's like, again, it's like I think a lot of people can kind of relate. It's like when they see someone that kind of just embodies like their values and stuff like that. And it's like I think also like being Italian, like that's something that's like off the rip. It's like I'm able to like connect with you. So it's like when I see you on the pitch, like playing for like the city I was born in and like everything like that, it's like that's something that like makes me emotional. So it's like I kind of like see like, this is gonna sound kind of cliche, but it's like I see like what I wanted to be like in a footballer, like in you, right?
Nice.
Playing with passion, playing with, you know, like that, like heart on your sleeve and everything like that. So it's like when you scored, what was funny on the vlog actually, and I cut it out, but I said, I was like that game, I was like, if Luca Bombino scores, I'm taking off all my clothes. And then you scored it, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna take off my clothes, but I'll still be hyped. But,
That is so funny.
but yeah, no, it's like, you know, when you see like someone with a player that like shares like those values and everything like that, it's like those are like moments that like just make you kind of emotional in football, you know? So it's like, again, like it just kind of goes back to like kind of like how like fans like kind of perceive and interpret players that they're representing, right? So
yeah, and I appreciate you sharing that, because that's like, from a player's perspective, that's everything we want. Like we want to show that we have the same emotional connection to the team and the city as the fans do. So I appreciate you saying that. Thank you.
When you're obviously having a bad game or something that's not gone your right way, or even a good game, who's the first person that you call like right afterwards?
My parents. I mean, my mom and dad. They came to like most of the home games, which was sweet.
bro, we ran into your mom a lot of times.
Yeah, no,
Amazing, by the way, they were. She's amazing.
She's great. No, she's my mom.
Yeah, can't say anything bad about her.
Yeah, she's my mom. No, I love them. They really support me a lot. And where I was going with that, they came to most of the home games, so most of the time I would just go to them, and if I felt like I didn't have a great game, they'd be right there to pick me up. And away games the same. You know, I'd give them a call. They'd check in with me, see how I'm doing. You know, remind me that it's not the end of the world. You know, it's football, and there's another opportunity to improve next week.
Definitely, and I just remembered my question. So obviously, like with the whole like Italian thing, when you hear the phrase "fino alla fine," right?
Course,
that's something that I think you're very connected to, Juventus fan. When you hear "fino alla fine," how does that kind of feel like to you on a more like emotional level?
Well, for starters, that is my license plate.
Okay.
No,
So
you're in Cal.
yeah, I can show you guys when we walk back.
Yeah, that's dope.
Okay.
So that holds a lot of space with me. You know, I mean, you go until the end. You know,
Right.
It's not over till it's over. And hearing that, especially since I was a kid, you know, you have to like learn that no matter what comes, what circumstances come out, like you've got to keep going.
100%.
You have to keep going, and you have to keep showing your character through to the end, unless like, because if not, then you're not. How do you say this? Like you have to have the grit.
Right.
You have to have the grit to push through stuff, and that's a great phrase because it reminds you to keep pushing until the end.
100%. And it's like, you know, being grown up in an Italian household, constantly hearing that phrase. My dad, same thing, Juventino and everything like that. That's something that he really like instilled in me, and like having that grinta, like grit, like how you're saying. And it's like, it literally like, I feel like you literally just encapsulate that like on the pitch. And it's like, that's something that is very admirable. And it's like, I feel like not a lot of players have that. Not like, obviously like in SDFC, but like kind of just like you see that around the world. So it's like, how do you find like that inner like mentality to, you know, fino alla fine, to go until the end?
Yeah. Well, for me, like not only like on the field, but also, you know, in my daily life, like I try to see things through. Like the biggest thing for me, I remember, you know, after a game or even like after a day where I feel like I could have done more. I feel like I wasted some time today. I feel like I wasted an opportunity. Like I felt like shame about it. And for me, it's trying to not repeat that.
Right.
Because I feel like the biggest thing, or like the biggest mistake you can make in your life is not take advantage of the time and opportunities you have. Right. Because we only get so many, you know. And I'm reminded that, you know, every day, from, you know, waking up in the beautiful San Diego area I get to live in, going and getting to train and play football. You know, so I have to take advantage of this opportunity and know that there are so many people that wish they could be doing the same thing. So if I'm not making the most of it, then it's really a disservice to them.
Definitely. And then obviously you represented the national team, right, at the youth level just this recently, and you played up against Italy, or right, the United States played up against Italy.
Yeah.
So it's like when you kind of like see that, what's like kind of like emotions? Like, is it kind of like conflicting? You're gonna throw the game? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just kidding. To say that.
No, you know I could never. You know I could never.
Kidding. We're joking. But you know, how is that kind of like when you like obviously like you support the Italian national team your whole time, and then you're playing up against them? Were there any like players that like you kind of had like your eye on to be like, damn, like that's someone that like is pretty serious player?
Yeah, I mean for sure. Like even like when the anthems were coming out, and we sang our anthem, and then I was low-key whispering the other one. Like it was pretty weird. Like you never expect to be in that situation. I remember talking to some people before going to the World Cup, like, wouldn't it be cool if you got to play against Italy? And I'm like, I don't know how I would feel about that. You know? But no, definitely a cool experience. I wouldn't trade that for anything. Like, you know, the U20 World Cup, I didn't, you know, get to play a lot, but you still have to take that experience, and
100%.
it's a great time for me to grow as a person. You know, I got to go and see Chile, which was a great. It was actually, we were in some nice cities. We got to go out a little bit, but the time with the teammates, bonding in the hotel, on the training field, I'll never look at that in a negative way.
Going into the next season, you're going to be playing in more Mexico now and like southern regions of America. Like, how does that feel? You know, going more abroad at this point.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's something that I look forward to, only because you get to experience different cultures, different environments. The atmospheres in Mexico are also incredible. You know, so it'll be a great experience. Not only just because like personally we get to go and see all these different cultures, but as a team, I think it'll be a great like learning step to peg ourselves up against you know, the best talent from around the region.
Are you looking forward to playing Messi as well too, or
Yes.
You're gonna have to put in some work for that.
Yes. You know, we were one game away from it last year, so that's still heart-wrenching, but definitely looking forward to it. I mean, the best player of all time is kind of hard not to.
Well, are you a Ronaldo or Messi fan?
I have mutual respect for both. However,
PR answer.
However, I am a Juventino. Ronaldo did a lot for Juve.
We were actually debating that. We were figuring it out. And he's like, you know, he did go to Juve, so it might be Ronaldo. And then the last video that they posted used the C. So we were like, he was like, I think we were.
That was first try, by the way. They didn't show it, but I grabbed that football, I threw it, and nobody seemed to care.
That's what I'm
Nobody
saying.
made it before.
What are we saying?
Oh
it
my
was
god.
crazy. And then they put you front and center on that one. By the way. So you did it. You did
Okay.
it.
All right. Good. Good.
Can we chase the light? The light's going, so I think we should move.
Yeah. Sorry, just wanted to give you a quick, you know, for good luck.
Oh, thank you, man.
And then second, we stumbled upon this like right before our interview that we had, so it was like we had to get it for you. I don't know if you're like a home decor guy or anything like that, but it's a Coca-Cola.
Nice.
But what makes it super special? It's
an Italian one, yeah.
Yes. So,
Nice,
yeah,
dude.
We wanted to give you that too as well. But
Oh, really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Just some two little gifts or something.
Participant in World Cup USA '94.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
literally-
don't drink it.
I'm not
because
drinking
it's
that.
almost 30 years
But it's
not
like
drinking
Coke
this.
did a whole little thing where it was like they put a bunch of the nations in the World Cup, and
That is really sweet. Thank you, man. I
of
appreciate
course,
you.
yeah. So
Thank
we
you.
just wanted to get you that.
Plain and simple. Less is more sometimes. All right.
It's on us, Luca.
Yeah, it's on us. It's on the company card. Can I get Jazz? You want one?
Yeah, I'll take one.
Can I get 4 espressos, please?
Singles or doubles?
What do you guys want? Single?
Any good food spots you've been to?
They have paninis here too. Sorry?
Any food spots that you've been to that you're liking here in San Diego?
I haven't really found one that I don't like.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so there's a lot. There's a lot. And I'm still trying to figure out like the area around my apartment for sure. See like all the spots. But
And do you just go like on like runs or walk around, or you just
I just
like
walk.
super tired?
no, I'm gassed. I'm not gonna lie. Like we've had a few double days where I get back home and I knock out. But yeah, when I'm not begging for mercy, I like to just like walk around at night and explore the area.
For sure.
It's pretty nice. So, I mean, can't complain, you know.
Yeah, that's
It's a
what I'm
nice
saying.
area,
No,
yeah.
I like that area a lot too. But it's like, all right, so then post game and like post training, what's like your routine? Yeah, how does Luca Bombino wind down?
Yeah, post training. Well, we've got a gym set. We had another gym session today. We had a gym session, and then we'll go shower, and then I'll hit like the tubs. It depends on the day, but most of the time I'll do hot tub. If it's like a crazy day, I'll do contrast. Hot tub, cold tub. We'll hit those. We'll get dressed, and then I like to use the Normatex. Do you know what Normatec boots are? They're like big compression sleeves for your legs.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, those are valid. Damn.
Yeah.
After our indoor game roll, what's it called?
I'll bring them over here.
Okay, thank you. Where it's like,
And then we had a
like I'm scared to go out, which is good. Really respectful. I appreciate it. Wow. Time
See what they got me
in the academy, I wasn't doing super well, and there was like a period where I didn't play for like a whole year because I was a pretty good student. If I got a B, I was like distraught. So yeah. But it was definitely different. Like going from a classic conventional in-person school to online.
Right.
You kind of just expect to like coast through it and like, hey, I've got a lot of time. I'll just do my homework and then like go play outside or something.
Definitely.
But then, like for me, the problem was I would procrastinate it really badly.
Yeah.
Like really, really badly. And my mom can attest to this. Like the last week of the semester when I've got 100 assignments due, it was crunch time. But it was still cool. Like it allowed me to pursue like extra training outside of the academy when I had to. My dad working from home also helped with that a lot. So yeah, I don't think I would have been able to do a lot of what I've done if I hadn't gone online.
Yeah, one of the biggest things that when people talk about like American sports is like.
I know that's nice.
That's really nice. That's really nice.
That's nice. Yeah, let's get a little salute.
I didn't even mean to. That just came out.
I do a little
bad.
taste test
No,
before.
you're good here.
Yeah.
Right, ragazzi, salute.
Salute.
Oh, that is good. Have you had an espresso with a fan before?
No, but this is sweet. This is sweet.
No, that's actually nice.
That's really good.
That is nice.
Yeah, that's good. I think the biggest things that a lot of people say in MLS is like it's so hard for a young player to get into MLS. So for you, like what you would say was different for you than everything else? Because you didn't go high school, you didn't play high school soccer, and it's just like, is it just luck sometimes, or is it a lot of hard work, dedication as well?
I mean, the situation has to be right.
Okay.
But for me, like the way I made it work was going into the online school because I was commuting like an hour and a half into training every day. I wasn't, my dad was. I was asleep in the passenger seat. But my dad was making that sacrifice for me to go to training.
Right.
And so there's obviously so much of that, like that goes on behind the scenes, familial sacrifices.
Right.
Both my parents, my grandparents chipping into. So a lot of that goes into it, but also like you just have to find the right environment. And as long as you feel like you're still growing each and every day, like that'll do. Like you've really got to push yourself and find a situation where you're surrounded by people who want to push you to be better and who want to push themselves to be better, and in that way I think everybody will grow. So if you can find an environment like that, I think you're on the right track.
As the thunderclap
Yeah.
on the pitch, what is that like?
Yeah, goosebumps.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's probably like the coolest tradition in the league. It's really sweet.
No,
Yeah.
we get goosebumps too just hearing it. We always like, oh, I wonder.
I think it was the first game in playoffs versus Portland when we were here in SD, and like obviously like everyone's like, oh, I get up and whatever, and like you just hear like the first like S, and like I looked at Carlos, I was like, this is kind of gonna be something that catches on, and it's like now like I think it's just like synonymous with just every single home game, even at away games. Like, happens, like at the bars and stuff like that, like before the games.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you've seen that, but like at the bars, like people will just be like, you guys aren't there, the other people aren't there, and people will just start clapping still.
That's
like,
nice.
It's like all through the away games too.
Nice.
So just know when you're on that field, like right before everybody's doing that.
No, I know, and even our traveling support is incredible too. Like we can, when we can hear them louder than the opponent's fan base.
God,
And they're only a small corner of the stadium. That's incredible.
That gets you pumped.
It really does.
Yeah,
it really does.
What is like, whether here in San Diego or just in the future, like what is something that you want to be known for?
For me, first, like I'm a person first, so I want to be known for being a good person. Like all the people I meet, like I try to leave, a lasting impression that like, hey, like I looked out for you or something along those lines. Right. Because we only get one life, and if you can impact others around you, like I think that's really special.
Clubs like that are like ingrained in like football history, like, let alone just like anything. So,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And actually, back to Del Piero, the club might post something about this soon, but you know how there's like that 2016 and now 2026, like the 2 photos challenge? I met Del Piero in 2016 at one of his like little camps. So I sent in a picture of that one. Let's see if they use it. And if they don't, you better use it. So if they don't,
to his restaurant before in LA?
yeah. I had my birthday dinner there 2 years ago. 2 years ago now. Yeah.
No, it's good.
It is good. Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it was nice.
I've been there like once when I was up in LA, but no, it was nice.
Yeah.
It was really good.
We can wrap it up, but just I have like two things for you.
Okay.
And then I think that'd be it. But obviously, just like thank you for being here and everything.
Thank you.
San Diego.
Yeah.
Like, how does San Diego and Whole feel for you at the end of all of this? Like, just being here, like, this is your first club. Is it something that's going to be, obviously it's going to be in your memory forever, but is it something that you're going to just hold, like,
Oh, absolutely.
you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, San Diego, like, it feels like home.
Good.
So I don't think that will ever leave me. Wherever I go, I'll still be, you know, looking at San Diego, you know, like following along San Diego FC games. Until probably the day I die, you know. So.
Like anything for the next season that you're looking forward to, or just like, you know, we gotta start getting. It's less than a month away, so.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a lot to look forward to. Preseason has been really good so far. The team is gelling well. The new added pieces have been great.
Zambo, right? Yeah.
Baller.
Okay.
So a lot to be excited about. Definitely keep an eye on 2026. I think there's a lot to improve on, and I think we'll be flying.
Perfect. And then last thing, Bombino, there's a camera right there. Is there
Yeah.
anything you want to say to the fans outside of us or anything? I hate to put you on the spot.
No,
or anything like that, but like, whatever your life is, whatever thing you got to say, anything like that, if you want to just say it to the camera one last time.
First of all, thank you. I love being in San Diego. I know you guys love being in San Diego. I haven't met a single person who doesn't like San Diego. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for welcoming me into your family. Really happy with how last year went. Obviously it can get better, and I think it will in 2026. Again, thank you from the bottom of my heart, and vamos SDFC.
Yo.
Cool.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao, guys.
Ciao.